The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests. What is going on, my Ghost Squad? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. This is episode number 307. We are live on YouTube, streaming to over 150 countries worldwide. If you're out there in the audience, please say something. We don't know that you're out there unless you do. If you want to text into the show, yes, you can text into the show. Utilize the Ghost Tactical Hotline presented by our good friends Rod and Shelly Gates over at Aegis Gun Care. That phone number is 530-364-4678. 4678. It's down there scrolling if you're live. Go check out aegisguncare.com. I'm not very smart, people. I forget my own phone number sometimes. It is what it is. If you are a veteran, really anybody, but especially if you're a veteran, and you're in the hole, you're in that darkness looking for the light, call me, text me, email me 24/7. I cannot give you medical advice, but I can probably be a pretty decent ear, maybe help you, talk you through some stuff. More importantly, I can be there to listen. If you are looking for someone that can get you towards some medical attention, remember two things. One, you are not alone in this fight. And number two, the world is a much better place with you in it. So please utilize the Veteran Crisis Hotline. 1-800-273-8255. Once again, 1-800-273-8255. Veterans, press the number 1. We are spotlighting, as always, United States Marine Corps. If you have any questions on what it takes to earn the title United States Marine, see the website marines.com. And as always, we are a proud member of the Self-Defense Radio Network. Go check out all your favorite pro-gun, pro-2A podcasts over at selfdefenseradio.net. Let's take this off of my ugly mug and say hello to some uglier mugs, except for TJ. He's the pretty one. I know. At least that's what he says. From Flo Rida, the executive director of snacks and beverages at Gear Report. What's up, TJ?
Oh, nothing. Enjoying sitting down for a few minutes after work all day.
I understand there could be a promotion coming, something about a Supreme Commander or something, or Emperor or something. I'm not real sure, but
I'm going to get promoted every week until SHOT Show.
So that's going to be like just a really long.
With a pay increase, I'll get some benefits.
Really?
Maybe dental. I don't know. You know how Jeff is.
At least get you a beer allowance, right? I mean, it's something.
He can't afford that.
Right?
Or he can't afford that. Come on, now.
That's true.
You'd be better off paying my health insurance.
Paying for your health and dental might be cheaper than your beer tab.
Way cheaper.
Oh my God. Standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. It is the soulless ginger bastard himself. What's up, John?
What's up, Ghost? It's another beautiful day here.
Is it? What is it? Is it about a little cool coming through? Was it 94?
95. It's 95 today. Little bit of rain came through, just enough. I got a brand new patio set late last week, so I've been enjoying sitting out on the patio every night.
Nice. You're not melting?
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm going to send a shout out to our homie Kyle from Anderson. He is on the road going to somewhere undisclosed to the public, and I wish him safe travels. I was hoping to hook up with him as he came through Arkansas. I think he's in Arkansas right now, but obviously I chose to be with you fine folks instead. But hope Kyle's out there and everyone over there at Anderson is making the drive down to wherever they're going, and have a safe trip, guys. We're thinking about you. Real quick, we also want to say thank you to Mandatory Carry, $3 super chat. He says, keep fighting. You guys know that we do not encourage, nor do we ask for super chats, but remember, all super chat stickers, all that stuff go towards sending care packages to all of our troops down in range. So thank you to Mandatory Carry for that as well. Let's say hi to everybody out there. We've got a few people out there. Tactical Foe, what's up, Buck? Chicago Mike the Shooter's out there. I keep giving him different links, but he still shows up. But I guess, hey, welcome. Just kidding. I was Mandatory Carries out there. 2A Syndicates out there. Kyle's out there. Gizzard Gary's out there. Marcus is out there. Screaming Skull Saloon's out there. And anyone out there that's not saying anything, welcome to the dark side. I am Trey the Ghost Tactical. I will be your tour guide through this adventure. I have my sidekicks, R2D2 and C3PO. They will be helping us through. Yeah, you're R2D2, by the way.
Sorry.
Yeah. I had to because, like,
it has to go by height.
know,
I mean, I'm 6'3".
TJ's tall, so I can't make him R2. Although it would be kind of funny to make him R2. Well, you know what? I could call him Chewbacca.
There you go. I'm working on it right now. Getting there.
Yeah. Big Kid's out there. Lance is out there off the X. So what's up? But no, I'm going to give a quick second for John. We give a couple 2 minutes for 2A. What's going on in the world of the GOA, my man?
Well, first and foremost, let's talk about Liberty Safes and the debacle.
Do we want to talk about Liberty Safes?
Let's just talk
we
about
kind of have to, don't we?
We have to touch on that. So Liberty Safes, they did what they did. We're not going to go into it. If you haven't figured it out, you need to Google it and kind of talk about that. But what I do want to talk about is today, Kaylee, my co-host for our new podcast, was talking to
By the way, I saw a couple snippets over on Instagram you guys have released, so pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'll bring that one up later. We'll talk about the podcast.
All right.
But Liberty Safes did this. So today, my co-host Kaylee talked to Secure. Secure has come out and said that they will never, and there is no backdoor to their safes. So Secure is very pro 2A. I will give them credit for that. Also, because I have GOA, we got to plug it a little bit. We are doing a giveaway right now with Secure It for a safe. It is up there. It is a really nice safe. If you know anything about this, so go to GOA's Instagram. It's Gun Owners of America on Instagram. You'll find the link in our in the thing above or the description, and it'll take you there. The other thing we have to touch on is the blatant disregard for the United States Constitution by the governor of New Mexico.
Governor Karen, if you will.
Yes. So for those of you who don't know, she came out and wanted to put a 30-day ban for public health and safety on open carry and concealed carry in Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico. And we have filed suit as well as a couple other pro 2A organizations to let her know that
this is what she did to the Constitution, basically.
Yeah. You can't do that. It went not only against the U.S. Constitution, also went against their
state
Mexico
Constitution.
Yes. So, and luckily today we've heard from the sheriff of the county that Albuquerque is in, saying they're not going to enforce it. We've heard from the what?
How you doing?
What's up, DJ? We've heard from the general attorney as well, saying that they're not going to prosecute this, and we have already had a open carry rally in there. Yeah, even that's how bad it was. Even David Hogg
is against this. That's pretty bad.
There's a couple anti-gunners who have come out and said that they are against this. That this is against the Constitution, which is really bad. So, again, go to gunowners.org, sign up, become a member, help us with these lawsuits when things like this, unconstitutional things come up, and we will continue the good fight. And then I guess I should talk about it really briefly, if you don't mind. The podcast.
Floors. Absolutely talk about the
So,
podcast.
for those of you who don't know, we started filming our podcast last week. I've kind of hit into a few weeks ago.
First, let's catch people up for people that might not have been here. I don't know if everyone knows that you're with GOA now and you're doing marketing and all of that with GOA. So, John has left his previous position for greener and brighter pastures and is now with Gunners of America. So, we're going to make sure that we're going to give a couple minutes every week for the Gunners of America and let John spread the gospel of the 2A. So, yes, part of what he is doing is starting a GOA podcast. So, there you go. Now, have at it.
Okay, so the podcast is called State of the Second. You can find it on Instagram at State of the Second completely spelled out, as well as on Spotify, iTunes, all the fun podcasting hosting sites. It is a industry-focused podcast where you're going to see behind the curtain with a lot of the big wigs in the industry. So, for example, our first episode is with John Bailey from EOTech. It's a really great conversation with John. John's a great person. If you don't know him personally, I know Ghost. I think you've met John. TJ's you've met John. John's a great person. It's a very good conversation between him and I. And Kaylee was there too. Unfortunately, she didn't speak up a lot during this episode, but but the episode is really, really good. It's a really great conversation about the background history of EOTech, about EOTech itself, about John. You're getting to know the person and the company, and we're bringing a face to the companies that are in the industry and talking about the political side, that things that affect these companies when it comes to legislation and things like that. So that was episode 1. There's episodes we've got coming out with a bunch of other different people. Just to name a few, Adam from Century is going to be on one. Clint from Classic is going to be on one. It's going to be some really good content. So go ahead and go follow State of the Second, all spelled out, one word, on Instagram. And I would appreciate if you follow. And I know you've seen the snippets, and the snippets are really good.
Yeah, the first one with EOTech was what I saw today, and I was like, oh, it's going to be a good conversation.
Yeah, it was a really, really good conversation with John.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chewy. What's up? You unmuted, so I figured you had something to say. No?
Nothing. Crystal was done doing dishes and stuff.
Oh, okay. Real quick, Alec Blazer out there says, from what he gathers, the governor is seeking to use state police to enforce the order. Both local police and sheriff's department stated they won't enforce anything unconstitutional. Fantastic to hear that. George Luger says, hi, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Steve out there says, that's it. I'm boycotting green chili peppers. I boycott green chili peppers anyways, just as a life rule. But no, especially now. Yeah, Marcus says the governor claims she was going to use state police to issue citations. Calaveras says, didn't the DA say he refused to prosecute? I don't know. I don't know. Everyone's asking where Clover is. I don't know. I might not have sent him a link, just saying. A little bit of Clover goes a long way. Let's be honest, right, folks? Right? I think it's nice not to have him around every now and then. George says, I support the first and the second. I support all the amendments to the Constitution, especially the Bill of Rights. In my opinion, doesn't mean much. To me, the Bill of Rights is the greatest document that has ever been written in the history of the world. It set out the plan of who we plan on being as a country, and it still holds true 200 and almost 50 years later, right? Most importantly, it's the document that set up what has now become freedom, democracy, the beacon of freedom in the world. without this, and remember, a lot of the people that wrote this and were a part of this, the Declaration and the Bill of Rights, were like in their 20s and 30s for the most. Remember, the life expectancy was like 40, 42 back then. Now, yeah, you had Ben Franklin, who was the elder statesman, but a lot of James Madison and all these guys, they were like in their 30s and 40s, that like young, and having these ideas and these concepts of what our country could be is fantastic. And obviously, I'm not trying to get political here, but obviously our country is in an interesting place, if you will. A lot of that, whether we want to admit that or not, is our fault. Okay, as citizens, if we don't like the people that snob is, we have the ability to vote out people that we disagree with in our government. They represent us. They are not our leaders. They are our representatives. And we have gotten to the point where we've allowed them to really kind of take over and have abuse of power. That said, on our worst day, I can promise you, in places that I've been, I can promise you on our worst day, we're still the greatest country in the world. I'm just saying. Definitely. So as much as we complain, we do have a lot to live for. Yesterday was the anniversary of 9/11. It's interesting to me, and I've talked about this in the past, guys, and feel free to jump in. But for me, 9/11 always was a tragic day, but to me, September 12th was one of the greatest days in America. I've never seen people that normally don't get along, or actually even enemies, and people that would never congregate together and socially interact with each other, where everyone was together. You see people with a car broken down on the side of the street. Instead of just driving by, you had 5 cars there trying to help them get fixed. Everyone was flying flags on their cars. There are towns, this is no joke, there are towns in our country now that will give you a ticket if you fly a flag on your car now. How is that possible, right? So for me, I remember September 12th and how unified we were as a people, and I miss that. I miss that, and I wish we could get back together. I know that there's a lot of stuff that we're a long way. I know that we're separated as a people politically and socially and economically at times. I just wish we could put all that aside and say, you know, we're not Republicans or Democrats. We're not, you know, liberals or conservative. We're not this, we're not that. At the heart and soul of it, we're all Americans, right? And I think that there's something that we can come together. And I hate to say that we come together in tragedy, but it's true. Like, it seems like the tightest this country is after tragedy. And I wish people could get past all that and say, why can't this, you know, why can't we all just get along? You know, to steal Rodney, who was it? Rodney, oh my gosh, the guy that got his ass beat is the truck driver by the LAPD.
Rodney King.
Rodney King. Good Lord. Why can't we just get along? You know, anyways, enough of that being my soapbox for the night. You guys know that every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday over in our YouTube community tab, we have the pony polls. We ask some interesting, fun questions and have some fun with them. Our first pony poll of the week: which one's better, Apocalypse Now or Platoon? Which movie's better? TJ, which one is better, Apocalypse Now or Platoon?
Probably Platoon.
Platoon.
Both
of them are great. Both of them are great.
I mean, that's what sucks. So you pick 2 good ones. You're like, I don't know, they're both pretty freaking good.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Right. Still from Apocalypse Now is one of the best quotes ever.
I still use that.
Oh, absolutely. It's great.
Ginger, like sawdust.
Well, that's true. Ginger likes. I love the smell of Tropicana. You know, like suntan oil. while he's out there on his outside, furniture, he's trying to get that tan.
I'm just sitting here waiting for you to explain the movies to me.
Okay,
because normally that's what happens.
Back in the 80s, there were a couple of movies. Actually, Apocalypse Now might have been in the late 70s. I'm not sure. Apocalypse Now had Martin Sheen, had Robert Duvall, had Marlon Brando. Was a dark side of the Vietnam War. And then you had Platoon, which is the dark side of the Vietnam War, but in a different way, with William Dafoe. It's just Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, both great movies. But in case Ginger needs Apocalypse Now was 1970. I knew it was either late 70s or very early 80s. So there you go.
I'm going to go with Apocalypse Now. Just the quote, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning." It's what brings that movie.
So do I have to be like the tiebreaker, I guess? I'll say this.
I'm sure you had some other people vote. Just saying.
Well, I'm talking on the panel.
Oh, okay.
No, I had 1.2 thousand votes on this question. 1.2 thousand votes. 62% say Platoon. 38% say Apocalypse Now. Now, Harrison Ford was an Apocalypse Now. That's very true. For me, the reason why Platoon will always stick in I didn't see Apocalypse Now. I was 4 or 5 when Apocalypse Now, but I didn't see it till later on in life, so I didn't see it. What I do, by the way, my favorite Florida girls here. Hello, darling. That's TJ's wife, by the way. I hope he doesn't mind, but Platoon for me, I remember being like 10, 11, 12, somewhere in that time frame. I'm not sure exactly when Platoon came out, but I was like 10 to 12 somewhere when it came out. And we were on vacation with a couple other families. All the dads wanted to go see Platoon. And so they took us with the kids with them. I think they thought it was going to be like an action war movie. Was not. I don't remember much about the movie the first time. Now, I've watched it many, many times after. It's a great movie. What I do remember about Platoon is it was the first movie I'd ever been to that when the movie was over, like no one moved. Like no one said a word. Everyone was just sitting there looking at the screen like, what the hell did we just see? It was really weird for a 10, 12 year. I think it was maybe like 11 or 12, whenever it was. Platoon was 86. So yeah, I was 11 years old. And all I remember is no one moved. And they didn't have like what they do now where they have like the end credit preview of the next movie. It was just running the credits. And no one moved. No one said a word. They were just quiet. And I was like, Dad, what's going on? He goes, let's just sit here a minute, son. And it was crazy. Like that's the first time I remember being in a movie where it was that powerful. Great movie. Both of them are great movies. I think Platoon was probably a little bit better in my opinion. That's just me. Our second poll has 2.4 thousand votes. It's always interesting to see which ones get the most votes each week. This is not a surprise that this one got 2.4 thousand votes. Which fries are better, Chick-fil-A waffle fries or McDonald's fries? I'm going to start with Ginger on this one.
I would have said McDonald's fries, but they've changed something. They've switched it. They don't taste the same anymore.
I don't think they're using as much salt, and that's really the most important ingredient to the McDonald's fries is salt.
Well, we had McDonald's the other night, and my wife was like, "These fries don't taste right." I'm like, "No, they taste like cardboard. They don't taste good." So Chick-fil-A waffle fries, 100%. if McDonald's would just go back to the old recipe,
Well,
I think they're probably trying to get things cheaper.
they're
and not
probably
using
not even using like real potatoes anymore. There's probably something man-made. They're like, oh, we can save
Yeah.
$1 every fry if we use this stuff. What is it?
'Cause
I don't know.
they did have their own strain of potatoes that they were using
Right.
for their fries. They
Yeah.
just don't taste. They taste either undercooked or they don't taste. They just don't taste right.
Maybe they cheapened on the oil or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's no telling. I will say this, that historically, if fresh, historically, in my opinion, nobody could touch McDonald's fries. That said, for me, Chick-fil-A waffle fries, you can enjoy whether they're fresh or maybe not so fresh. And every now and then you get the overly burnt waffle fry that's crunchy.
Crispy
Those
ones.
are pretty good too. Yep. TJ, what about you?
Oh, I'm gonna
You
go
going
with waffle
Chick-fil-A
fries.
or you going
Chick-fil-A waffle
as
fries,
well?
man. Yep.
Yeah.
I like them. I think I like the sauces more than
I'll put you this way.
fries, but
I went and it was a month or so ago. We're at the grocery store and they had the frozen fries, different fries, tater tots, and all that. I got me some frozen waffle fries to put in the old air fryer, and yeah, I'm just saying.
salt them up pretty
And
good.
Calaveras, somebody banned Calaveras. He is no longer welcome on this channel. He says Whataburger sucks.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
Excuse you, sir.
How dare
Excuse
you?
you, sir. Excuse you. Bill Gates owns the potato farms that supply McDonald's. That's interesting.
Oh, you're not getting real fries anymore.
No
Sorry,
way.
everybody.
No way. I think Chick-fil-A is. Abigail says McDonald's because you don't eat Chick-fil-A. Really? Okay. Can't go wrong with either ones. Rallies. Mike says Rallies and Checkers have good. Rallies do have good fries. I'll give you that. Now Mike is asking you a question there, Ginger. He says, which one did you go to? I went to two different McDonald's while I was out there. Always request extra salt on fries. First of all, in the Phoenix area, I suppose there's probably more than 2 McDonald's out there. Just saying.
Yeah, I went to the one they just built down the street from my house. So
And let's give your address out there publicly so people know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Where's this?
it-
Where's this at?
the house, I actually live on a hill in Arkansas. The address is
Oh, he just froze. Oh no, he just froze. 2.4 thousand votes. 59% say McDonald's fries. 41% say Chick-fil-A waffle fries. I almost threw Wendy's fries in there. Wendy's aren't bad, but I don't think they're as good as and Popeyes curly fries are pretty good. Have you ever had Popeyes curly fries?
Well,
Or not the curly fries, the Cajun fries. Arby's has the curly fries, which are great. Popeyes has the Cajun fries, which are pretty good
Cajun
too.
fries are good.
We might have to do that one later on. Maybe have the Popeyes and the Arby's go head to head.
now when you go to Popeyes, do you get a side of abuse with your food or no?
I don't have to pay for it.
That's
It just
Burger
comes
King.
with it.
Oh, it's Burger King.
Just
Okay.
comes
Burger
with,
King,
yeah.
dude. I've been in so many. Like we have 2 Burger Kings down here, and one is so slow that you're like, I don't want to go, but it's right next to Lowe's, so it's like, I might as well go. I'm right here. And then the other one, people are constantly yelling and screaming at each other, walking off the job and stuff, and you're just like, all right, why should I go here anymore?
Exactly. Our last pony poll has 1.8 thousand votes. This kind of ties in with what we're going to be doing tonight, but this one says, which is the better, the IWI Tavor or the Steyr AUG? I know it's like picking between like 2 really awesome things, but if you had to choose, TJ, the Tavor or the AUG, or some people call it the AUG. I know, right?
Tavor.
Interesting. Ginger?
I've only shot one of the 2, so I gotta go with Tavor. I have not had my chance to actually shoot an AUG yet.
It's interesting, but it's
I personally believe that the AUG is probably a better weapon system. I prefer the Tavor, personally. And I have been able to shoot both of them. The Steyr looks great.
It doesn't equate to like it's so awesome. Like, no, it fires like a AR-ish.
Yeah, the Tavor is just a whole nother animal, and I love a Tavor. I would love to own a Tavor one day. I like IWI stuff. I mean, you know, I know it's, but that Tavor is just badass. But yeah, John, you're close to Win Alaska. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And no, Chicago Mike, he moved from Phoenix. When he got the GOA job, part of it is he had to move to Alaska. He was going to be the northern representative for the GOA.
He has the
he went from the hottest place in the world to the coldest place in America.
He's the most tan in Alaska right now.
I guarantee it. And when he landed, they had never seen red hair before. They're like, what this demon devil is doing here? You know, Abby says, I hate bullpups, but I tolerate the AUG or the AUG. I know I've always called it AUG, but I was talking to a guy from Steyr a few years ago, and he called it the AUG. So I figured he would know, but I think everyone knows it as the AUG, right? Just like Canic, everyone says, oh, it's Jonic and blah, blah, blah. The Canic people call it Canic, all right? So we're going to call it Canic. Isn't that right, TJ?
It is Canic.
Yeah, I agree.
We talked.
Yeah.
We have a video. There's a short on it.
There is. I personally love bullpups. I'm a huge fan of bullpups, and I think a lot of it is maybe my T-Rex alligator arms aren't very long. Bullpups work out well for me. You know,
they're kind of cramped for me. I got, Chewbacca. I got the orangutan arm, so. But still love the Tavor.
Oh, I love both of them. But yeah, Tavor. If I had to choose, I mean, I wouldn't say no to either one of them. But if I had two of them sitting right in front of me,
if you could get one free right now,
Tavor.
Okay.
Like if I had both of them sitting on the table right in front of me, saying you can choose one, I'm choosing a Tavor, and that's not a knock on the AUG. I just love the Tavor
because if I had to get one for free right then, I'd be like, I'll get the Steyr.
Because
I could afford a Tavor.
I'm with TJ on that one.
I get it, but I would shoot. I don't know if I would shoot.
They shoot similar, so
they do. I just really enjoy the Tavor, but I think the AUG is actually probably a better weapon system.
Yeah,
all around.
I've fired it many times. I just haven't, I haven't messed with it. I haven't pulled a Toby and taken it apart or anything like that. So,
and Abby's line out there, she's saying that the AUG was using the greatest Christmas movie ever. That is not a Christmas movie.
Not a Christmas. Just Bruce because said it wasn't a Christmas movie.
Just because it was framed around the Christmas time frame does not make it a. Santa Claus didn't show up, did he? I don't think he was at. Yeah, but he didn't show up to the Christmas party. I don't believe.
I thought he did.
Damn it! Shut up, John.
Bruce Willis said it. He said somewhere in an interview that it is not a Christmas movie.
No, it's a Christmas movie.
Okay. You stop it.
That's what he said. I'm just saying what Bruce said.
What do you know? You're in Alaska now.
Yeah, Mike,
every day's Christmas up there.
Yeah, you just keep the Christmas tree up all year.
Mike, we can definitely have a range day.
Abigail says, bless your heart. Yeah, I get it. Chicago wants to know when we can meet for a range day. You better get up to Alaska, homie. What they call range day is caribou hunting, or elk hunting. That's a range day up in Alaska.
I'm going up there is August.
Yeah, like in August. Don't they have like 23 hours of sunlight in August or something like that?
Yeah.
I heard Kodiak's a great place for a range day.
Wow. Wow. All right. So those are our pony polls for the week. By the way, the AUG gets 65% of the vote, the Tavor 35. So the Steyr AUG
get it, say.
whoops ass in the poll. I mean, they're both sexy as hell. That's why I picked both of them. They're both awesome.
I know it's a tough call when you do crap like that.
You know,
like I want them both.
I only ask the tough questions, damn
like
it.
If I had to buy one, I could afford the Tavor. If I was gifted one, I would want the Steyr.
I'm with TJ. I'm with TJ on that. If somebody walks up to me and goes, "Hey, here's a Steyr or here's a Tavor," I'm like, I'd rather have the Steyr.
Yeah, every once the Tavors come through the shop once in a while. I'm like, I can grab one of those anytime.
I haven't ever seen one in my gun shop, but
really,
I live in Arkansas.
I'm in Florida. I'm in the dude. You have
right. We have a lot of guns here.
Yeah,
we got more guns probably here than y'all do per capita, but not too many Steyrs roll through Arkansas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now,
Chicago. Mike wants you to fly to Chicago.
There's the best pizza is not in Chicago. I'm sorry.
It's New York, baby.
I would assume it has to be in New York.
That's lasagna.
John's Pizza in New York.
Yeah.
I'm a big New York pizza fan. And I just lost like half my audience right there.
Wow.
One bite. Everybody knows the rules.
YouTube cut you off. Like
they cut me off because I mentioned New York pizza. Yeah. All right. What we're going to do tonight is have a little fun with a draft. It's been snobs, you're all idiots. Of course he would say that. This guy like injects like Chicago style pizza. Like they go to SHOT Show and they eat at the same pizza place like 3 nights or 4 nights while they're there. And it's like, bro, like
at least y'all get to go out.
That's true. You're not living on like, well, you get pocket pizza.
I'm mugging. I get whatever I can out of the
backpack pizza, maybe
the backpack. All the backpack food goes in there, and then hopefully we get an event where we can go afterwards, and I can stuff the backpack full of food for a couple days, and we're good.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna have a draft tonight. It's been a while since we did a draft. We're gonna talk about weapons of war, and that ties into the AUG and the Tavor and all of that. So what we're gonna do is we're both gonna get 2 choices. Actually, you know what? We'll get 3 choices in this category. All 3 of us are gonna get a first round pick. Makes sense? A first pick in a round.
Mm-hmm.
The first one we're going to talk are the assault rifles. But these are actually assault rifles because they are meant for military assaults. Right. So we're going to talk about guns that have been used, rifles in this case, not anything else, not like 240 Bravos or belt fed or anything like that. Like the assault rifles. We're each going to get 3 picks. So we'll let TJ start the first round off on rifles. First round, first overall pick. What's your best assault rifle?
I guess I'd have to go. Would it be M16 or M4?
I think you can probably get away with both of them. I would say M16 and M4. John, I would sit there and say if you pick the M16, you're taking the M4 off the list as well. Yeah. What do you think?
I would say, yeah, you're taking, because then we're going to go M16A2. No, just
you're getting right. No, M4, M16, M4, same thing. I would say. All right, John, your first round pick.
Oh,
do it. You know you want to.
FAL.
Oh, I was not expecting that to be a first round.
That one either. I was like, huh, look at that.
I figured it would get chosen, but I wouldn't suspect a first round. Everyone knows I got to take it off the board. I'm going to go with the HK 416. I got to take the 416 off. Would. I mean, it's probably in my opinion, it's the best that's ever been made. That's just me. So, I'm going the 416 for my first round pick. Second round, John, you get the first pick of the second round. Assault rifles.
Then I gotta go with the AK.
Oh, damn it!
That's a good one. That's a good one. Got it. Yeah, I agree. That's a pretty good one. Is it me?
Yeah.
I don't know. You're picking.
It is. It was going in this. Man, you know what?
We're getting down.
I'm gonna go with the AUG. I'm gonna take that as my second round pick. I'm gonna go with the AUG.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid choice. TJ, your second round pick.
Tough call. I'm torn. Let's go SKS.
Interesting.
Is that considered in that?
It was used, wasn't it? I don't know.
But it's not. But it's not select fire. That's the definition.
Is it
select fire?
Are you sure there wasn't a model used over? I don't know.
I've only had some SKS.
All right. Let's take a poll out into the audience.
Oh yeah.
Does the SKS yes or no? Does the SKS is it while they're voting? Be thinking in case they say no. Yes or no? SKS yes or no is an assault rifle.
Abigail wrong.
Abigail says the FAL shouldn't count for an assault rifle because it fires a full powered round. And Rich says that not all FALs, but FALs that were used in war were select fire. All the full automatic SKS were home builds and they still count. SKS absolutely, says Marcus. Mandatory carry says yes. TJ,
I don't see. I'm sure it wasn't hard to make them full auto.
I don't suspect it would be.
I've taken them apart many times. I mean, not that I would ever do that.
Of course not. No. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you SKS. I'm gonna give it SKS.
Good, because we're running out quick.
Yeah.
The janky ones here shortly.
So it's mine. For the first pick. This is going to be okay. Let me ask you this, because I don't know if you guys. I know the 416 is a different, obviously, system than the M4 and the M16. A completely different system. What about the CZ Bren series?
Completely.
Would y'all consider that? Would y'all consider that as part of the M16 M4 series or no? Because if no, then I'm going to take the Bren. What do you guys think? I can pick something else if you want. Okay. All right. I'm going to take the Bren then. CZ Bren. I think it's a complete different weapon system, but I would want to make sure you guys were on board with that. If you're okay with that, okay?
Sure. All
right. TJ, your third round pick for assault rifle.
God, I don't even know. That's a tough call. So you get the FAL. Get that.
FAL, AK. Let's go with John's.
What about the RPK?
Yeah.
I think so. I think so. I could give you that RPK.
It's foul-ish. Well, I mean foul roundish.
I'm okay with the RPK. Are you okay with that, John?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay, good. Because I had both of you went robot for a second.
All right. Okay. I'm okay with the RPK for sure. All right, Ginger, your third round pick for assault rifle.
Oh, this is tough. I'm gonna go with the Galil.
I was going to say Galil.
The Galil was something that if you weren't going to give me the Bren, I was going to take the Galil.
The ace.
Solid choice.
All right.
I don't know if there's enough to get 3 out of this. I was going to go like SMGs.
Yeah,
there's plenty to get 3 apiece. Probably is. Might take a little bit of thinking, but since TJ got the first pick on the first one, we're going to give John you're going to get the first overall pick for SMGs.
Well, there's too obvious for this pick.
There is.
It's really hard to pick one or the other.
Actually, I think there's 4 obvious ones, but
the 2 iconic. But the one I'm going to go with, I got to go with the P90 for the SMG.
That's obviously one of them.
Nice. I know what Glos is going for, so it doesn't matter.
I think that I will go with the MP5.
That was the other
one. But see, I think there's a couple more. I think there are a couple more
Thompson.
that well, okay, there's another one. I didn't even think about the Thompson being I'm not going to mention them right now. TJ, you're up next. You want to take the Thompson, you can.
TJ, you muted yourself.
Thompson. There we go.
You take the Thompson. Interesting. All right, Ginger, your second round pick, SMG.
It's you because I picked first.
Oh, it is. That's my. So it's my. Yeah, that's right. You picked first. I'm gonna leave you one that I know that you're gonna want. So I'll leave it to you unless he picks it. This is one of the other ones that I think is a gimme classic. I'm going to go with the Uzi. I think the Uzi is pretty classic. But I'm leaving John one that I know he's going to want if it's still around. TJ doesn't take it.
Bull crap. That's what I was going to go for. Freaking Uzi. What do we got? Does MP40 count?
Yeah.
It does count. Absolutely, it does count. That's not one that I would have put in. I figured there was a couple other HKs that you might pick. All right, John.
You're going to run through them.
I'm going to take the MP7.
That's the one I figured that was going to get taken. All right, TJ, your first pick in the third round.
We get first pick in the third round.
Yep. Your third round pick.
God, what is that one? Hold on. Let me look to the. What is that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stein? Is that one?
Stein?
Are you talking about the
one has the mag that goes on the side? What is that? The grease
stand?
Stand.
Yep.
Okay.
Stand. I was like a stand sign.
Okay. I didn't think about that. That was one that was not on my list. That's a pretty good pull, actually.
Try to throw out a variety out there, buddy.
No, I get it, and I appreciate that, and I like it. Ginger?
I'm going to go with the Scorpion, but not the 9mm variant, the 32 auto variant. The old school Scorpion.
The old school Scorpion. That's a solid one. I'm going to go back with HK. I'm going to go with the UMP.
Yep. So. That is.
I'm surprised.
He's got a list of HK stuff right on the other screen.
Yeah, I am surprised the UMP was there for the last pick in the third round. Just saying.
Listen. I knew you wanted the HK stuff, buddy.
Big fan. Next, we're going to go. How do I put this? We're going to go with. We're not going to go like tanks and planes and all of that. We're going to go with other weapon systems that are not like assault rifles and SMGs. It could be other weapon systems, whether it's belt fed or whatever. TJ, you get who gets?
You get first pick.
I get first overall pick, don't I?
Yeah,
you do.
Oh man, I don't even know if I want.
Are we other weapon systems, or do you want to do light machine guns? Or is this everything on the board?
Well, okay, we can do another one if you want to do. Yeah, we can do that. We don't do that. Yeah, we can do that. I'm trying to think because there's plenty to get 3 rounds of just light machine. That's why I kind of want to put them together. I didn't know if there'd be enough to get 3 rounds for each person.
Oh,
I know there's a bunch of them out there, but well, once again, it would take some getting used to. So, yeah, we can do that. So let's go light machine guns. I'm going to go the M249 right off the bat. I'm going to go ahead and take that right off the top and make sure no one else can get that. TJ, I'm going to go with the 249. What's your first pick in the first round of LMGs?
You're muted again, bud.
Yeah.
I know. Crystals. She keeps doing stuff. I don't like where it is now. The kitchen is right in front of me. Oh, light machine guns. That's a tough call. Hold on. I just deleted everything. I closed off my page. I know. I don't know. Enter. There we go. You took the one right off the bat, the only one I knew right offhand. I don't deal with a lot of the light machine gun stuff. I have fired a few.
Bren. And that's not even my favorite one, but the Bren, yeah, sure.
Yeah. The Bren.
Yeah. I'm
trying to think. I was like, what was I'm typing in like, what was the stupid
TJ
machine gun with the magazine that comes out the top?
LMG. Ginger, LMG, first round.
Gotta go with the M60.
Damn.
Because if I don't pick it, you were gonna take it.
I was getting ready to take it. What I will do instead, second round. TJ, you get first pick of the second round.
I get first pick?
Yep. For the second round, you get first pick. A solid choice, by the way, you bastard.
Yeah. What do we got? I'm looking through ones that I already picked that one. No, pick that one for another round. Stupid. LSAT.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one.
Oh, I like the ones with the boxes.
No, I'm not saying anything. I wasn't expecting it. Ginger, second round pick.
M1919.
Ooh, well played, sir. I'm going to go with my favorite. I figured I could get this in the second round. That's why I went to 249 in the first round. The 240 Bravo, my favorite. M240 Bravo. I figured the 249 would get off the board before the Bravo. So that's why I went the 249 first round. But the Bravo is my favorite. All right. Third round pick. Ginger, you got first round or first pick of the third round.
I'm going to go with the BAR.
That's a solid one. I'm not going to lie. I am surprised this hasn't. I thought this would be a first round pick. Just me personally. I'm surprised it's still there, but I'm going to go with the PKM.
Ooh.
I'm surprised that it's still alive.
Wow.
Just saying. You can say what you want to about it, but the PKM's a bad mamma jamma. And it's still around. So, TJ, your third round pick.
The RPD.
The RPD. Let's see here. RP.
It's Russian. I'm sticking with my Russian theme.
Hey, I picked the PKM. I mean, I'm telling you, the Russians can make they can make some weapons, man. I'm telling you.
Well, they take, you make the one that's fantastic and then just modify it. Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
The chat has been saying this entire time MG42, and I'm surprised none of us.
They have been saying that, and like I'm happy with my 3 picks. Had the PKM been off the board, I probably do pick the 42 in the 3rd round. But I'm surprised that PKM made it the 3rd round.
Oh yeah,
I'm happy that it did, but but yeah, the 42's been out there. The 41 Johnson, interesting. The MG3 was out there. MG3 was, I would say, what was the IWI one? I might be mispronouncing. Was it the Negev or the Negev or something?
the Negev.
The Negev. Yeah.
Negev.
Yeah. Yeah.
NG7.
That was a pretty solid one. Yeah, it is what it is. This next one, we're gonna go maybe with some higher, more powerful weapon systems. Once again, not talking tanks and planes and all of that, but I think it's back to TJ, first pick, 1st round. RPG. Nice.
I mean,
it's kind of hard to argue with an RPG, you know?
Well, since he took the RPG, I'm going to take the minigun.
See, I knew it.
You knew I was going to take that son of a bitch.
Well, I didn't figure you get take it, Ghost, because it wasn't like HK.
Oh, people, minigun? That's one of my favorite systems ever. I'm going to take the Mod Deuce then.
Dang it.
I'm going to take the Mod Deuce. Browning M2.
The Mod Deuce.
Mod Deuce. I'm happy I got the Mod Deuce. I was hoping to get either one of those two. I'm happy that I got one of the two. Ginger, your first pick in the 2nd round.
Oh, come on.
Tough now.
Let's go bazooka. Just an old World War II bazooka.
Yep. I like it. I'm going to go with a Gatling gun.
I was just looking at that, you son of a bitch.
Gatling
All right.
gun.
There you go.
I'm going to go back old school with the Gatling gun.
There you go.
All right, TJ, since I took yours.
I'm going to go carnage mode, flamethrower.
Oh, well played.
Carnage, baby.
Well played.
Yeah.
And then is it my turn for the first pick in the 3rd round? I'm torn. I know what I want to pick.
Just take
There's
it.
another. Yeah, the Mark 19. I'm going with the Mark 19.
Ooh.
Who doesn't need a fully automatic grenade launcher? Just saying. Yeah. Mark 19, I'm in. TJ, your 3rd round pick. Ooh, I just saw one out there that would be amazing to have.
I'm done. Trying to think.
Oh, there's one out there in the chat that's incredible.
Is there? No, so now I'll go look at the chat.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Damn it.
The Javelin.
Oh, damn, that's a good one.
Damn you.
You've got an RPK, a flamethrower, and a javelin. Oh my god.
I don't even need to. I can just sit back and just destroy everything. It's
yes,
fine.
you can. Yes, you can.
If you get close, I'm gonna smell some ground beef.
Ginger, your 3rd round pick. Were you thinking javelin, John?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When I said bazooka, I was thinking javelin too.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get the words out. You know what? You said a fully automatic grenade launcher. I'm going to go with the Thumper, the pump action grenade launcher.
Ooh, I'm kind of digging that.
I don't know what the actual name is. I just know that
that's a great question. What
I don't know what half the names
is a thumper?
What is a thumper? You're probably gonna get all
M79. It's the M79. Yeah, the M79.
I can't say it on the show.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah. Mandatory carries the M79. Yep, M79. I'm trying to think.
Go pistol.
I was gonna say like an actual pistol, so let's do pistols. All right. Hold on here.
He's got to pull up his draft notes.
I made notes. That's the great thing about knowing what the topic's going to be is I kind of get to do that.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of. All right.
100 different tabs pulled up with everything in there.
No. I'm getting rid of ones that are done. So, by the way, I'm surprised that Garen didn't get pulled up in rifle, just because it's freaking historic. Not that I would change any of mine. I don't think any of you would change yours, but Garen's pretty badass. But anyways, all right. So who had first pick? 1, 2. So John, you get first overall pick in the. Do we want to call it pistol or the handgun list?
I'm gonna say handgun.
Okay.
So my first pick, I'm gonna have to go with 2 World Wars, the M1911.
That's fair. I knew that was probably going to be the first off the board. Since you're going to do that, I'm going to go with the Browning High Power.
Oh, you son of...
I had to do it. Sorry.
Oh, you did.
TJ, first round pick. Best service pistols or handguns of a war or whatever. Used by countries, if you want to call it that.
M9.
Did you not see the private chat, you little bitch?
No. What's the private chat say? Oh, sorry, my bad. Listen, you can't rig this.
We were going to boycott the M9 just to piss people off, All right. Second round. I'm just messing with you.
All right.
Second round pick
Taurus.
For me. The Taurus, yeah. Brazil probably used like a PT-92 or something, I'm just saying. Did they?
Probably.
Wouldn't surprise
They got
me.
the plant down there. I've got a couple. I call them Berettas, but they're not.
So I get the first pick in the second round. I'm going to go with the Makarov.
Ooh, good choice.
A pretty solid choice there. Makarov. TJ, your second round pick.
Ooh, HK MK23.
Ooh, good choice.
Mark 23. That is a pretty solid choice.
I figured you'd have all the HK shit figured out.
High power and Makarov aren't too shabby. I'm just saying,
They're not too bad. Shabby. I'm just saying you're usually sticking with your HK theme.
I understand. Ginger. Which one is it? CZP10C. That's funny.
I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go Schofield.
Oh, you did go old school.
Yeah.
Not saying that's a bad. I was not anticipating that coming through.
Yeah.
TJ, you get first pick in the third round.
You're going, oh, you went old school? Why'd you go old school? God, I don't know what they're called. What are the Colt revolvers? How about that?
The Army?
I don't know what they were called.
Single
action Army? That's fucking solid.
Dude, just because they're sexy is how I love those things.
Yeah. No, that's legit. Ginger?
Who's going black powder?
Let's see. Let's go. Well, he said black powder, so I'm going Colt Dragoon. Or no, the Colt, the Walker, not the Dragoon, the Walker, whatever the big one, the big one.
I don't know.
It was considered the most powerful handgun in the world until the 44 mag came out.
I'm torn from my last one.
Are you?
I'm torn. I am. In one hand, I've got, and nobody has a pick, so I can talk this through. On one hand, I have like the HK USP, right?
Right.
On the other hand, I'm thinking the FN57. Like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're both solid. I think I'm going to go with the USP, though.
On a third hand, you have all the guns of World War II still sitting there because nobody took any of them.
I get that. I mean, I could take the Luger, which would be a solid one, but I'm going to go with the HK USP because it wouldn't be a list if I didn't have an HK on it.
Yeah.
If you didn't have an HK in there, you're like, if they made a missile launcher, I'd have had that thing.
I would. All right, let's go through this list.
Didn't they have that big heavy machine? Didn't they have that cannon sitting there at the HK booth at one time?
They did, which was really odd.
I was like,
no one picked a cannon, by the way. I'm surprised no one picked a cannon.
We did not. I just thought about it just now.
How did cannon not get picked? I'm just saying.
Because you said tanks and stuff, and when you said
but when you're talking about the heavier caliber, I picked a Gatling gun for Christ's sakes. We're picking javelins and freaking RPGs. How can we not pick a cannon?
But also nobody took the Maxim.
This is true too. Matter of fact, I think someone even mentioned the Maxim earlier, and no one took it. Yeah. Mississippi Thunder says sharp stick or a rock. That's fair. Or slingshot. There you go. There's his three choices. Let's go through the list real quick. Let's go assault rifles. John went with the FAL, the AK, and the Galil. Solid. TJ went with the M16/M4, the SKS, and RPK. I went with the HK416, the AUG, and the CZ Bren.
You got the coolest ones.
I got the coolest ones.
Coolest ones.
I'm happy with my choices.
They're cool. I like those.
Yeah. Let's go with submachine guns, and you guys vote out there submachine guns. John went with the P90, an MP7, and a Scorpion.
I think
solid.
I think he won.
TJ went with the Thompson, the MP40, and the Sten. I went with the MP5, the Uzi, and the UMP.
A lot of HK over there.
A lot of HK over there. A lot of HK love. There's going to be HK love.
I think John had the sexiest lineup on that one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. The P90, MP7,
the P90. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. The P90 and the Scorpion are like.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Now I don't know. TJ's got a couple love out there. I have not received. Rich White, the original Scorpion, not the new hipster 9mm one, which is still badass, but the original was that 32?
32.
Yeah.
Okay. If I could get one, it'd be awesome.
So I don't know. There's some love. I'm not getting shit for votes, which is fine. I think TJ actually wins because he's getting. It might be my shirt. I bought it at Walmart for like $4. Like no shit.
That explains a lot.
It does. I got this. This is one of the shirts I got for NRAM when we went ugly.
Oh,
This was an NRAM shirt. You remember that?
TJ, I thought he was just a floating head this whole time.
What's that?
I thought he was a floating head.
Yeah, I was like,
you can't see. It's that crazy camouflage, you know. Weird. Yeah. All right. We're gonna go LMGs. John went with the minigun, bazooka, and the thumb. I'm sorry, he went with the M60, the M1919, and the BAR. I was like minigun, bazooka. That is not LMG. Reading a long one.
We stepped up our game on LMG on that one.
Yeah, I did. TJ's LMGs, the Bren, the LSAT, and the RPD. Mine was the M249, the M240 Bravo, and the PKM.
I think
Let's hear your votes. One would think I get the PKM in the third round, which is crazy. So
it's okay.
Let's hear some votes out there.
After the 249, I was like, who cares? Because that's the only cool one.
I think the 240 Bravo is better than the 249, but that's just me.
I mean,
I don't think it looks. I don't think it looks as good.
No, it may not look as good, but man, if you've ever shot a 240 Bravo, man, it doesn't get much better.
But the M60, like, come on.
So
Stallone standing there with the M60, just.
So our gunner carried a 60, and we called him Swede. He was a big dude. We called him Swede because of Heartbreak Ridge. He wasn't as big as the Swede in Heartbreak Ridge, but he's a big dude. We call him Swede. He was our 60 gunner. You know what's the worst job than carrying a 60? Is his A gunner who had to carry his extra barrels and ammo. Because you can run through a 60 barrel pretty quickly. They start heating up pretty quickly. So we always had to carry a couple extra barrels. But can you imagine being the A gunner and having to carry the 60 ammo? No, I'm out. So yeah. We went with the heavy guns. The heavy guns on this one. John went with the minigun, the bazooka, and the thumper.
Heavy guns.
Heavy airsoft. Yes. TJ went with the RPG. God almighty. The RPG, the flamethrower, and the javelin. I don't even want to read mine. I don't even want to read mine. Okay. But mine, I went with the Modus, the Gatling gun, and the Mark 19. I'm happy with mine. But homie's got the RPG, a flamethrower, and a javelin.
Flamethrower, dude. The flamethrower wins.
Holy hell!
Close quarters, like
no doubt. No doubt. Now let me ask you this: Would you use the gas? Would you use the gas flamethrower or the gel flamethrower? The gel's a gift that keeps on giving because that stuff will continue to burn for a while.
I tell you what, we use the gas out at Vegas.
Yeah, you like it?
And it was.
Have you ever had a chance to shoot the gel one?
The heat? Like we did a shoot with Jeff, and Jeff was shooting the flamethrower, and I was probably 20 yards away with the camera set up on a tripod, and it was so hot.
Did it start melting the tripod?
It nuked the camera. Like the camera went into air mode, and I had to walk back. I was just like, "What the hell?"
Oh,
and
wow.
But it looked cool. We got a video of that.
Wow, yeah, that's pretty cool.
At Battlefield Vegas, we got to do all that fun stuff.
Service pistols, service handguns, if you will. Ginger started with the 1911, the Schofield, and the Colt Walker. Pretty solid lineup. Old school across the board, if you will. He decided to go old school across the board, which there's some respect for that. TJ went with the M9.
If I looked at the private chat, yeah, but I wouldn't have. I'd have gone with one of the SIGs just to piss everybody off too.
He probably would have
pissed
gone with
everybody
the
off.
320 or the M17, whatever the hell they call it, for the
M17,
first
baby.
round pick. I'm like, you're
M17 right
outside
there.
your damn mind. The fact that Glock wasn't used, picked at all,
Dude,
was
I hate Glocks.
interesting
You know
either.
that.
They're
Listen,
perfection.
they're just ugly as shit. They are perfectionists. Functionality, fantastic. They have
And
all this
when
money.
you're
Listen,
and when you're ready to go to battle, don't you
somewhere.
want something that's going to go bang every time?
Yeah, but listen, throw a curve.
But
on
you
there.
picked the M9, the HK Mark 23, and the Colt Single Action Army. Solid choices.
I love that.
Solid choices. I went with the high power, the Makarov, and the HK USP.
Makarov.
Let's hear your votes out there in the chat.
I'm just surprised none of us took a Luger or a PPK or a Mauser or
a Mauser and the Luger for sure. I thought might have the PPK.
I'm not a Luger fan.
I don't know.
They look weird.
What was? Oh shit! What was that? Crap! What was that? South Koreans used.
It's
a Daewoo.
It's a Daewoo, but it's basically what the Lionheart is.
Yeah, no, exactly. But what was that? The K5 or a K4 or something like that?
51.
Oh, K51. Okay, it was okay. Altor has been mentioned. For all those out there that were playing assault war gun bingo, Altor. Someone's got to have bingo. Altor for the win. Someone's got bingo out there. Let's hear it. Why wasn't Beretta 92 on the list for service? Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
Thank you. You said it.
Bless your heart. Mike, you're better than that. Maybe you're not. I assumed that you're. Tell her, damn it, quit interrupting my podcast. She brought you a beer.
She had to get me a beer.
You can at least say hi to me.
He said, quit interrupting his podcast. You can say hi to him, he said.
If you're going to interrupt, you at least need to say hi.
You have to say hi. Yep.
Hi,
hello, darling. Hello, darling.
Say, there you go.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed. You just made my heart warm.
That's all she needs, too.
I tell you what. Wow. Oh, hey, don't you mute that. You let her speak.
I had to. taking off the tubes. Something about slipping and sliding up in here.
Oh, nobody mentioned the Barrett either.
Oh, the Barrett. No.
None of us mentioned the Barrett.
No.
What is this Barrett you speak of?
If you would have gone, speaking of SIG, you were talking about, I would have said SIG. If you would have gone with a P226, I would have been okay with that. I would have been okay with the 226. But you went M17, you said you'd go with, and that my friend,
everybody off.
That, my friend, is blasphemy.
Everybody off.
The M9, well,
yeah.
Ginger and I took a vow to not take the M9, but you kind of threw that out the window and said, "What the hell with it?"
You got to read the private chat.
Yeah, Abigail says she mentioned the Barrett.
She did.
She did.
I was going through the comments because she also mentioned her grandfather and a K98 somewhere in there at some point.
Oh, snap! Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Old school again, but yeah, that's pretty solid. All right. Had fun with this one. TJ, I'm going to give you a few minutes, talk about Gear Report, what you got going on, and I will see you next week, my brother.
Yeah, we got our normal stuff on Thursdays. What we publish, which is probably not a lot because Jeff's been doing a bunch of YouTube or Amazon stuff. So
yeah,
I'm throwing it out there. I've got the MC14T coming out. I got that review coming out. I've got the Mike 102 review coming out. So those will be in for review or in for publishing shortly. So other than that, Thursdays at 9.
Just because it's going to be published, it might be a month or so before it's actually published.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I want to get them in
before shot.
I want to get them in before I go for TriggerCon, and then I'll be like, "Listen, it's up to Jeff. I publish it."
That's right. You're there. You've done your job.
Be like, here, see, look, pending. It'll be pending.
You've done your job. Yeah. Yeah, I think what we need to do, TJ, is you and I need to get to the house before Clover and change the code on the locks. We can't get in the house.
Definitely.
So there's that.
I definitely agree.
So TJ's just happy he's staying with Clover and I at TriggerCon because he's not having to stay with Jeff. He's getting to live
the high life over there. I mean, luxury.
Kind of the high life compared to like the murder motels that you usually stay in, you know.
Listen,
now I think what I might do is I might put some outline white chalk on the driveway of the body just so you feel comfortable and at home.
Blend right in, so I don't get all worried like what's going on. They can hack my credit cards or something over here.
So let me ask you, right. Let me ask you this real quick. If you had, and I'm not going to say it's your favorite, okay?
All right.
I'm just going to say this. I'm going to word it this way. If someone was to go over to gear-report.com and pull up all of TJ's reviews of the year, what's been your favorite review product? It may not necessarily be your favorite product, but as far as the review goes, like what came out as the highest geared product that you've had?
I've had a lot of I've had a lot the same this year. I've had a lot of high quality stuff. Probably the Evolve 15 from 5150.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That thing was sick. I still shoot the hell out of it. But that was right up there with a lot of the Meprolite, True Vision.
Yeah.
That was a good optic, and had a lot of them that are right there, like the 4.5 mark. You can't get 5s. Nothing's perfect.
No, we have not only has there never been a 5 gear allowed, we actually get shunned if we try to submit a 5 gear. So I quit trying about 3 or 4 years ago. So if you ever see a 4.5 gear review to me, that's me saying it's a 5, but Jeff won't allow a 5.
Well, it's like anything when you do the reviews,
and he's right. Nothing's perfect.
There's always something. Like the first thing you do is you look like, all right, what don't I like about this, or what is wrong with this, or what can be improved on, and that's the first thing you look at. And then so everything I do that, I'm like, all right, what do we got?
The NP5 would be the first 5 gear review. Just saying.
Oh, I'd give that a 5. I'd push that one through.
Yeah, you would.
I got
about the VP9.
No.
I'm sorry?
It's okay. It's a 4.5.
Dude,
I mean, I would save the 5-star for the MP7 if it ever comes out of Friday.
It's never coming out.
It's never. As much as I would like to think.
Right.
So the MP5 is a 5 gear. Oh. It doesn't mean that the MP7 couldn't be a 5 also.
MP7 would be. BP9 is a 4.5. The grip could use a little loving.
That's the best part of the gun, you fool.
It's okay. I have big hands.
But you also have Chewbacca hands. I have R2-D2 hands.
I have giant hands. Sorry.
R2-D2 didn't have hands, but I have Yoda hands. How about that?
Yoda hands.
I have Yoda hands, and you have Chewbacca hands.
I feel like Clover would be Yoda because he wears green all the time, but that's an insult to Yoda.
Yeah. I think Yoda's probably more like Jabba the Hutt hands. I said it. It's out there. It's out there publicly. I said it.
Man.
Calaveras is going to go tattle on me to his hero. Ghost called you Jabba the Hutt. I did call you Jabba the Hutt.
Said you had hands like Jabba the Hutt.
You had hands like Jabba the Hutt.
There's a difference.
Exactly. Now, Jabba also had Princess Leia on a chain too, so there's that. You got to give him credit for that. That's big props to Jabba. He's got Princess Leia in a bikini on a chain. He knows how to roll. He knows how to keep his women. He's a pimp right there, boy. Jabba the pimp, not Jabba the Hutt, baby.
We just derailed this entire conversation.
Just got banned from so many websites.
It happens all the time. Star Trek people will not like this show.
Now, this is true. Rich White did say the R2D2 it had hands. They popped out and would like shock people, remember? So technically,
were they hands or were they tongues?
Clamps. Like this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, let's get away from this conversation. John, I'm going to give you a couple more minutes for the GOA. Go check out gunowners.org. But John, what's going on at GOA right now?
So, like I said earlier, we've got the lawsuit in New Mexico to go after the
we do
that great governor over there. Very wise governor. All sarcastic there.
Soon to be unemployed.
I almost threw up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We also have a team right now in New York working with the FFLs up there. They're trying to charge $9 per transfer for background checks for ammo, guns, everything. So you go to the store to buy a box of ammo, you got to pay $9 for a background check. So we're fighting that as well currently up in New York.
I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah, they are trying to make their own. They're trying to circumvent the NICS system and make basically their own registry through background checks. So
very interesting.
Imagine walking into a store and having to pass a background check for a box of 9mm and then paying $9 on top of that.
Imagine if you're doing it for 22 LR.
Yeah.
If you're just paying more for the background than you are for the ammo. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. So those are two big fights. Yeah, those are two big fights going on right now. We have
Calaveras wants to know: are you guys helping with the ammo background check in California?
Reach out to California Gun Owners of California. They're under our GOF, but they have Gun Owners of California has its own entity as well. So one of our board members run that, and so reach out to them, and they will gladly help you out with everything.
Abigail, John, is GOA going to pursue a lawsuit in Minnesota for the purchase permit, red flag laws, and UBC?
I can't comment on that. I don't know.
That's fair.
But I would recommend anybody who has a state or local affair, reach out to your state representative. And if you don't know who your state representative for GOA is, go call the main line, and they will tell you who to get a hold of. And we'll also tell you what representatives in your district and everything, who to reach out to complain.
Yes, they do. And I don't know if you still do. It's been a while since I've looked for this particular thing, but you used to have a thing where it would tell you anything that was going on in your state, who your representatives are, and if you wanted to start like a letter to them, it would actually give you like a letter template to email your representative or senators, which I thought was awesome back in the day.
It's still there on the website.
That's awesome.
I know they're doing some stuff with the website, but it should still be on the website up there.
G23 says, I'm still waiting for GOA to respond to his email. I don't know what your email was for, who you sent it to.
Yeah, she hit me up.
Yeah, hit John up, and he can at least find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to bring up for GOA?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because we've got our launch of the State of the Second podcast tomorrow. Make sure to listen into that. All of the standard podcasting platforms. Also, go follow us on Instagram to see all the little snippets. We have an Instagram, we have a Twitter, we're on Rumble. We're going to be on if you want to watch the video version, it will be on GOA's YouTube. So Gun Owners of America YouTube, you'll be able to watch the video part of the thing. If you want to listen to it in podcast form, it's again on all the platforms. And make sure to go follow State of the Second on Instagram, all spelled out, State of the Second. And
I think I was like number like
up there.
13 or 14. I can't remember, like that followed the State of the Second. So I was like, hey.
Yeah. Here early on, I was talking to my boss earlier, and out of the 26 followers, 14 of them were mutual friends of mine. So
That's what they brought you in for, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bring in the numbers.
G23 says, I don't have Ginger's email. Do you want to give that publicly or?
Okay, I'll text it to you. You can send it over to him.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I have so many other things going on.
Well, I mean, I have your email, but I mean, do you have like a GOA email that you want to use?
Yeah, I'll send you the GOA email.
Send me that one and I'll send that to G23. So, yep. There you go. Boys and girls, kids of all ages, thank you for coming to the Barnum and Bailey Circus that it was tonight. Show was great. Once again, it was fantastic not to have Clover. It was, it's amazing.
It went so smooth.
It went so smooth, and we stayed happy, and we didn't talk fudge shit all the time, and it was nice. It was nice.
Even though, throwing it out there, it would have been interesting to hear his choices on all the weapons.
Oh, I'm sure it would have. All right. I'll let me just do this.
Calvaris. Yeah, that is Sam. Sam is GOC. He asked to. I'm responding to him.
Oh, I got you.
Sam Peretta. Yeah.
Let me get over here real quick. Send this over. Let me find
working while he works. Look at this.
Yeah.
G23. You know, I'm like that.
Also, I will see you both next week too. So see you guys at
Trigger. I forget that you're going too. Because at one point you were not going. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm going now. I mean, I
know. I forgot. So yes,
I did call you and say, "Hey."
I told Ghost I'm bringing my basketball shoes too in case there's a hoop around.
We can make that happen. Let's just do that.
That's what I'm talking about.
There might be a hoop around. Just saying.
Oh, my boss is going to be so mad.
It's Kansas. Do they have basketball out there?
It's all about basketball in Kansas.
Is it?
Kansas Jayhawks? Come on, homie. That's where the basketball was invented, was in Kansas.
No, it was not.
Naismith invented basketball in Kansas.
It was perfected at Carolina.
I'm not saying it wasn't perfected, but it started in Kansas. And I don't like giving the FUD Kansas. We're here in Arkansas, we're the tactical Kansas. I don't like giving like the FUD Kansas much, but they did start.
Yeah, they came up with it, but
whatever. All right.
Regardless, I'm bringing my shoes.
Next week we will have some special guests. We will have some representatives. I don't know if they're from actually Rainier or I don't know, but we're having representatives from TriggerCon going to be on the show to talk about next week's TriggerCon and all of that. Obviously, if you guys are wanting to, there's still time to make plans of going to TriggerCon next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday and Saturday is a show. Sunday's range day. You can go to TriggerCon, TRIGGRCON.com for more information. I need to get paid by these guys, right? Like I'm just free advertising for them, free publicity for them.
Spewing it out, man.
But yeah, go check out. We're gonna be there. Clover will be there. Snob will be there. Gary will probably be there. Chase.
Well, I know you're gonna be there. I saw your picture on the ticker of YouTubers that was across there.
He's famous.
I know.
Yeah, stop. I think they thought I was somebody else, honestly. They're like, that guy looks familiar. Oh, that's not who it is. It's not who I thought it was. But anyways, no, but they will be on the podcast next week, talk about TriggerCon as well. So it'll be fun. Well, I'm recording the next episode of Jarhead Podcast Thursday night, and it will be released in the next week or so. And it's going to be Congressional Medal of Honor winner Dakota Meyer. So Dakota's coming on. We're recording Thursday night. And once I get it up and all that, it'll be next week. It'll be get released on video. We're recording video and audio, obviously. So it'll be on all of it. but yeah, Dakota's coming on. Been talking with him the last couple of days, and we had to set up like a month ago. And I sent him a text, and I was like, "Hey man, remember we're recording Thursday night, right?" And he was like, "Oh snap, yeah, it's this Thursday." I was like, "I'm glad I said something." So I'm going to send you a link, but he's a busy guy. But having a Medal of Honor winner is just amazing in itself. So Dakota's going to be on. So be looking forward to that one when it comes out in the next, maybe next week, maybe the week after. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to get everything set up with leaving for TriggerCon next week, but it'll be sometime in September. The next couple of weeks we'll get that up. But Dakota Meyer, United States Marine, Congressional Medal of Honor winner. Be pretty awesome conversation. So looking forward to that. But we will see you on next Tuesday night with hopefully TJ and John, and I'm going to send Lisa all the people that are going to be at TriggerCon, and hopefully we can get a big group going with the TriggerCon people. So be in tune for that. Until next time, guys, get to the range. Be more proficient with your firearms. Stay up to date on what's going on in your local, state, and federal with all the 2A legislation. Make sure that your elected representatives are actually doing that. They're representing you. If not, hold them accountable and change who's representing you. More importantly, just get out there and enjoy your freedoms of being American, one of which is to keep and bear arms. We'll see you next week. Semper Fi.